are live. Emily?
Yay!
We are both drinking our morning tea.
Yay! Clink,
Cheers.
Tanisha.
So
tea
fun.
time with Tanisha. I love it.
Oh my gosh, so great. Tea time with you too. I'm so excited to have you here. For everybody that is watching, oh, how cute. Your grandma is already commenting on our Facebook Live. So cute. For those of you who don't know who Emily is, I'm so excited to be able to share her with you guys. She is a wonderful friend that I have met literally within the past few months through a colleague of mine, Kitty Martone, who is HealthyGutGirl.
HealthyGutGirl, we love you.
Yes. And Emily, gosh, so amazing. She, first of all, before we get into our story, she is an incredible ICU nurse.
Thank you.
She has been in the front lines, literally keeping me posted with so many of her experiences of what's happening right now. So I personally want to give a big shout out to you and all of the people that you are working with literally every single day, even before all of this has happened, because we know that you guys are in the front line doing all of the hard work and literally exposing yourselves daily to who knows what.
All the things.
Yeah, all the things, not just right now. So thank you so much for everything.
Thank you for saying that. And now that I'm crying, we can just call it done, because just kidding.
So
thank you. It means the world. And to all my colleagues, to all of my, coworkers, present, past, and it's incredible work. And we're lucky every day to have this kind of work to do and touch lives, and hopefully bring a little more joy and healing in a crazy world. So
yeah, exactly. And what's so neat, you guys, what I love about Emily is that she, in my personal experience of knowing her, even just via text and phone and Zoom, she is constantly radiating like sunshine, nonstop through her posts, everything. So I'm so excited that you guys get to be here and experience her with me, because I'm just, look at her, she's shining. She's, like.
Thank you so much, Tanisha. I always tease that, like, it's all, being happy has, like, it's always been my problem. I've always been like this. It's not an act. It's like, I am perpetually happy, but I do like to tell people that living in a perpetually happy world means that, like, my okay days feel like the worst days. So it's like normal people might be like, oh, it's just another day. I'm like, oh my God, what is the meaning of life? Like, oh my God, so yes.
Sure. Oh, you're so welcome. So you guys, for those of you guys who are watching this, I've mentioned Emily is an ICU nurse. She also has some other commonalities with me in regards to our health journey, our health challenges, and at the same time, even prior career paths as well in regards to colon hydrotherapy. Yay. We both are also colon hydrotherapists, certified. We're just not practicing. So this is really exciting that we get to mesh our paths individually together and talk to you guys very specifically about something that we love to do, we love to use, we love to share with other people, and that is the biotechnology supplementation that our amazing company Bioreigns offers. But before we go right into that, I do want to ask Emily if she would be so willing to just share her personal experience of how she decided to become an ICU nurse and her path leading up to that. So if you don't mind sharing with people.
Of course. Thank you so much. So I've been a nurse for almost 11 years. That's insane. I can't believe I've done anything for that long. But yeah, I've always loved the human body. I have always loved science and learning. And I think it was high school when I knew I was going to be a nurse. I took an anatomy class and kept getting A+ on all my tests. And I was like, wow, this is, like, not to brag, but I was like, this is my jam.
Like, that's something to brag about, because you get it.
I got it.
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved learning. I loved the human body, cell biology, chemistry. I loved it all so much. And I loved people, and I loved being able to connect with humans and meet people and interact on a personal basis. And, nursing was just kind of the most perfect fit because I could combine my love for science with my love of people. So that led me to the University of Missouri, where I studied and became a nurse in 2009. And then my nursing career brought me out to Baltimore, Maryland, where I was privileged enough to work at the Johns Hopkins Hospital with some of the most brilliant minds on the entire planet.
Wow,
And
I didn't know that. I didn't know that you were at Johns Hopkins.
Yeah, I literally just took I know, I was like sitting in my dorm room in Mizzou, and I was like, that'd be pretty cool to go work there. Why not? I'll try. They were accepting new grads, and they took a chance on me. And I'll never forget like flying out to my interview in June of 2009. And I had not yet taken my board. So I was, fresh off the boat from graduation, and I had no money. I had a credit card and a pair of scrubs, and I flew myself out to Baltimore and fell in love with my amazing manager, Donna Prow. She's absolutely spectacular. And I just knew, like, we talk a lot about synchronicity, Tanisha, and how you just
how we met.
First, how we met, exactly. And like those things in life that happen to you, those experiences or those moments or those people that you're just like, oh my gosh, this is absolutely meant to be. This is my path. And like, I knew it. I knew it in my bones that I was going to get that job. Like I didn't even worry about applying to other jobs because I knew I was going to get it, and I did. And I spent 4 years out at the Johns Hopkins Hospital in the Weinberg Intensive Care Unit with unbelievable nurses, amazing friends that I've made, just seeing some of the sickest people in the world, and learning how to be a new nurse. And so my career is nothing without where I began. And to everybody, I could cry again. Oh my gosh. To everybody, who was part of that, Hopkins journey, thank you so much, because it led me to this moment, and I love this moment. So
oh my gosh, that's sweet.
So that was my beginning. And then I became a travel nurse, and I traveled all over. I was not all over. I went to Kentucky, which I loved. I was surprised I loved Kentucky as much as I did. And then my travels brought me to Southern California, which is how I met my husband, Drew, who's perfect. And he's sitting over there.
Hi, Drew. Hey, Drew. Let's give a shout out to Drew. He's so supportive.
Shout out to Drew. He's so amazing. Anyway, and so travels brought me there. And I worked in multiple intensive care units. I worked in cardiology. I worked in IR. But my bread and butter as a nurse is intensive care. And it's built right in. It's very intense. It's very unpredictable. It's a lot of things. But even to this day, for me, my passion is just providing a little bit of joy and hope and peace for somebody who, whether it's a family member, whether it's a scared patient, it's so complex, every day is different. But one thing has remained the same throughout my whole career, no matter what kind of patient I'm taking care of, humanity is at the core. And this is going to sound kind of weird, but one of the things that I do always is I touch my patients. I put my hands on my patients. I shake their hands. I touch them. I always talk to them what I'm doing. Even if there's somebody who's in a coma or somebody who's completely unresponsive, I tell them what I'm doing before I do it. And it's just something that I do. And I feel so honored. It sounds so weird, but it's an honor to guide somebody through something as crazy as an intensive care hospitalization. And so, nursing is beautiful. And I'm so thankful that this is the career that I chose, but it also chose me. So that's that. You have to have your critical thinking cap on at all times. Yeah. You have to have your shit could hit the fan, pardon my French, at any moment. I have to be on, but then I also have to be a patient, compassionate, bleeding heart for my patients and my family members, because it is, I feel like I wear so many hats. And you're right. It's so complex. I take it very personally when people have bad experiences, oh, my nurse wasn't nice to me, or my nurse made an error, or my nurse didn't have the time for me. And so I take it very personally when
Good.
to have awesome experiences with nurses. It's like,
Good.
that shit doesn't just happen. It doesn't just happen.
Yeah, no. I love that. Thank you.
Yeah.
For those of you who are watching, you guys can very clearly see why I love her, because she is just amazing and awesome.
Thanks,
I
Tanisha.
would love to ask you, use this as an opportunity to lead into, obviously, yes, your amazing background, what you do, always wanting to be helping people in their health, and how that has actually led you to be open-minded to helping people in a different way. And what I love about you and the conversations that we've had is you very strictly have a mantra that is very much oriented around serving others. So obviously you have chosen to step outside of your career path at the same time, and have chosen to take your family and your health and just your being into a completely different direction. So do you mind sharing a little bit about how your personal health experiences have led you into advocating further growth and health for other people?
Not at all. This is my favorite thing to talk about. And back to that whole, like, oh, you just know in your bones that something's right. Whenever I talk about health and wellness, I get all like fluttery, it's like, I just get
exciting.
It's exciting. I get sweaty, I get pumped. I don't want to cry. And just, I know, seriously, I'm like, it's March and I'm hot. I'm wearing a sweater. I shouldn't be. Anyway, yes, I love this talk. So
Awesome.
My healing journey, it's interesting because I grew up with, with amazing parents and an amazing family, and our time together as a family was always centered around food. Like my mom always cooked, my dad always cooked. We always ate really healthy food. That was just our life as a family. Like the rule was, you're home for dinner, we turn the TV off and we talk to each other during dinner. And so my heart really from a young age was centered around togetherness, family time, and eating healthy food. So that was always in me. But I would say about 6 years into my nursing career, I was working in a cardiology department and seeing a lot of young people come through like with all kinds of crazy things, whether it was heart disease, and young to me means anything younger than like 60. I know that sounds kind of weird, but like I kept seeing young people.
No, not at all.
Yeah. So I was working in cardiology, seeing a lot of young people come in for stents and ports because they have cancer, or just young people getting sick. So I was starting to feel kind of stuck. I was like, I don't feel like I'm doing great work right now, because I'm just here to, help somebody, from a how do I want to say this? Like from a nursing standpoint, like my job is to obviously protect you, but like I'm to deliver meds. I'm to deliver any changes in condition to the physician. I'm to get you ready for your procedure. At the time, that was the type of nursing environment I was working in. And I started to just feel really down. I was feeling really down about it because people, we live in the United States. We have access to some of the most innovative advances in technology. And I was seeing that just even despite all of that, like people really weren't getting healthier. People were in fact getting much sicker. And somewhere in there, I found colon therapy, which, oh my God, if anybody who's listening who knows me, how much do I love talking about the colon? It's like my favorite thing to talk about.
I have to ask, Emily, are you one of those people? Because I know I am. I am always the first one at the table to typically bring up poop.
Always. I am totally the girl who talks about poop. I'm the girl who had a dinner party at my husband's like networking event. I'll be like, so tell me about so where are you from? What do you do? And like, tell me about your bowel habits, because I can help you with that, And it's so funny. Like we were just at a barbecue like in September, and there was a gal who we were just visiting, like, how do you know these people? Let's hang out. And before I know it, we are talking about all the bathroom habits, and it was amazing.
Oh my gosh.
It was really funny, but that's
I love
me.
it. I love it.
Yes. It's
not to deter you, but keep going.
It's okay. I mean, I did become a colon therapist. I was internationally certified in January of 2016. Hey, there's only 1,500 of us, you guys, on the planet Earth, like on our planet, earth. There are 1,500 internationally certified colon therapists. How crazy is that? That's like not that many people.
It's insane. It's
so
pretty crazy.
We're kind of a niche,
Yeah,
we're a very important niche. And anyway,
Super.
so I started doing colon therapy and I saw crazy improvements in my health. So just a little background about me. I got a very, very terrible case of mono when I was in college. It didn't present like a typical mono. I didn't like lose a bunch of weight. Did you ever see Romy and Michelle's high school reunion where she goes, I was so lucky getting mono. That was like the best diet ever. You know, but I didn't lose all the weight, even though that's what she totally says. And it's hysterical. I didn't get the sore throat. I didn't get the crazy fatigue. Like, oh my God, I can't get out of bed for 5 months. Mine manifested in severe joint pain. Like my fingertips, like I couldn't even type on a computer. I remember turning in my paper at a nursing research class, most snooze fest class of my whole life, and walked myself to the ER because I was like, something is so wrong. Very quick results came back on my rapid viral test. I had mono. I had a crazy high viral load, and that was 2006. When a normal person might get a cold a year, or maybe they get like a couple colds a year, I would get like 3 or 4 like gnarly colds a year. I would be sick for weeks. I couldn't shake it. I have a history of cold sores. I would break out in like,
I didn't know you do. I have. Okay, we got to talk off screen. We got to talk.
You guys.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Seriously. I get cold sores. I was getting them so frequently. And anyway, basically my immune system was really not that great. And yeah, so that's that. And so around the time I found colon therapy, I also happened to find the most amazing colon therapist in the world. Her name is Jeannie Martin. She's in Costa Mesa, California.
Costa Mesa, I'm from there.
Yes, you've been there? That's my office. That's my old office. Are you kidding me?
So I am from Costa Mesa.
Oh my God.
No. Born and raised Costa Mesa.
Girl, I used to work at St. Joseph in Orange.
What?
Yeah, that is so crazy. So weird. My God. Well, I'm sweating. This is like that fluttery thing I'm talking about. This is just too crazy magical. Okay. So I started working at this office in Costa Mesa, Waters of Life, Cleansing and Renewal. I have to have a shameless plug in there. They are the best in the world. I love them. If you're in the Costa Mesa or the greater Southern California area, go there. I love them. Anyway, and I started cleansing. I started doing this 8-day cleanse, including very high quality whole food supplements, bentonite, psyllium husk, and colon therapy. And it was a fast. And I started doing it like once every 6 months. And in a very, within about a year, I started noticing that my health had just gotten so much better. I wasn't getting sick the way I used to. I was getting like 1 cold sore a year, which is like, for anybody who gets the herp, they know how debilitating and horrible it is.
I literally say that all the time. Do you have the herp?
Do you have, exactly. Do you have it? If you don't, for somebody who was like, had them since I was like a first grader, it's horrible. And I was like, wow, I'm only getting 1 a year, not like 6. This is amazing. And so anyway, so that was happening. My immune system was better. My skin, okay, not going to brag too hard here, but I have never had beautiful skin, and I have pretty beautiful skin now. And I just started to see things change. Like everything was clearing up. I don't know, like my skin got better. Everything was getting better. So anyway, fast forward, we moved to Denver, Colorado, and I was working in interventional radiology, and it was a wonderful experience. I have amazing friends that I took out of that experience, but it wasn't lighting me up. I was feeling very down in the dumps. I was having sleep problems. I don't have sleep problems. I couldn't sleep some nights before going to work. You take calls. So I kind of had like anxiety about the beeper. I don't know how physicians who carry 10 beepers and they're on call for days and days. I don't know how they do that. It's crazy. And so I was having trouble sleeping, and I just realized like, this isn't making me happy at all anymore. And I am so somebody who has to do what makes her happy, because
totally
the world needs a happy Emily. I'm sorry. I operate on one level, and it's joy. So anyway, so I actually quit. I was in another synchronicitous moment, back to that beautiful word. I was online one day, and I was like, looking up my favorite health practitioner. One of my favorite. I have a handful of favorites, but Elisa Vitti, the founder of Flow Living, who manages, basically she helps women with hormonal issues, which I have too. We'll go down that road as well.
Yes.
But I was like, I want to do what she does. I want to know how she got started. She's a holistic health and wellness coach and certified by the Institute of Integrative Nutrition. So I hopped on there and read the curriculum, read the thing, got on a little video chat, came home that day and told my boo, I was like, I have to go to school here. I have to become a health coach. The world needs this and I have to do this. So I did quit my job with nothing to go on, literally nothing, quit my job.
Wow.
It was crazy.
Wow.
The first
There's
month,
a lot of you guys who are listening who might be in a similar situation. Maybe you didn't quit, but maybe you were let go. And that is where this is all going. So keep listening.
Awesome. There will be a point to this, I promise. Anyway, quit my job with no leads, absolutely nothing. I was working like a day a week or two at like an IV spa. I hadn't yet gotten my coaching business off the ground yet. So when I say like my income went away completely, I mean almost completely went away. So
listen, you guys, listen to that right now. Keep going.
Yeah. It was intense. I will say though, the first month when nothing happened for me in my business, that's probably because I spent the entire month of January of 2019 watching America's Next Top Model reruns. And it was a great way to spend a month. It was great. It was great. Anybody who loves Tyra, I highly recommend it. It's on Hulu. Anyway, and so started to grow my health coaching business, realized that I have a huge passion for teaching. I mean, I've always loved to teach, but I just knew that this was like a whole other level. I realized that somewhere in this whole process that like wellness begins at home. It begins in your kitchen. It begins in your every single day habits. It begins with your thoughts. It begins with your gratitude and with your like that joy, that beautiful you-ness that you bring to the world. That is where wellness it does not begin with a pill. It does not begin in a doctor's office. So that's where I'm coming with all of this. I started to see that I was so excited because I was learning about all of these amazing things about health and wellness through all these amazing practitioners. Catalina Martone being like probably the first, like her and Donna Gates.
My girl.
I know. If I ever meet her someday, I'm gonna pee
Kitty,
on the floor like a little Chihuahua dog. I'm serious.
Kitty, we're giving you a shout out right now. This girl loves you. She is one of your biggest fans, and you brought us together.
Yeah, you really did. Oh my God. Everything is so magical. I'm seriously sweating so much right now. Wow. Anyway, so
you're making her nervous, Kitty.
So I was just like learning all this stuff and like about high quality supplements, about the importance of detoxing, about colon health, about the microbiome. Like the microbiome blew my mind. It blew my absolute mind. And so to this day, to this present moment, I feel very, very lucky and fortunate to have been exposed to products, companies, stuff, whatever has been part of this healing journey for me. Some of the highest quality, most unbelievable companies in the world, literally in the world. I totally blame Catalina for this, but I am a supplement snob. I will not just take any old supplement. I am very, very picky. And that is what led me to you, Tanisha, because when I heard that podcast and started learning about Bioreigns technology and the high quality water dissolvable CBD that you advocate for, it was like time stopped. I literally stopped like folding laundry or whatever I was doing. And I was like, I sent you a message and I was like, I must know more because this is resonating. Like I have to do this.
Yes.
And that's how we got brought together.
Yes. So let me interject here really quick. Kitty Martone, Healthy Gut Girl, her and I, first of all, Kitty and I come from the same background in regards to working with our amazing mentors, Dr. Robert Marshall and Dr. Linda Forbes. So several months ago, I had the opportunity to be a guest on Kitty's podcast. This is the second podcast that I've done with her. And it was very specifically in regards to accessing the endocannabinoid system maximally with this dissolvable CBD complex. So Emily happened to listen to that podcast. And after listening to that podcast, she reached out, sent me a message on Instagram, and was like, and I think, no joke, it was probably 11 p.m., which was, this is how it rolls, guys. And she sent me a message on Instagram. And she was like, okay, I just listened to the podcast and this is my situation with my health. And this is what I believe in, and asking all these questions. And that little snippet of time in January has led to Emily right now in this moment of time on Zoom. But in between then and now, she has literally shared this product line with people that she knows and loves, and it has offered them another access to optimized health in many, many different ways, helping them address their sleep, their energy, their brain cognition, just their overall level of well-being with Bioreigns and biotechnology. So now I push it back to you. Continue going.
No, this is so amazing. Yeah, it was one of those things. So I just, back to that podcast, you had talked about your journey, and we have a lot of synchronicity in our friendship, including some hormonal challenges. I was diagnosed with polycystic ovaries in 2014. So almost 6 years of this diagnosis, which, as you say, Tanisha, I don't adopt like the state of having a specific diagnosis. It's not who I am. It doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't dictate anything.
No. Like some doctor said I have it. Okay, cool. That doesn't change anything.
Great. That's not who I am. That's not how I orient. I can help support my body, and my body is capable of doing any and all things. So exactly. I will say right now, anything that we're talking about, guys, we don't treat, cure, diagnose. We're not telling anybody to deviate from what their doctor or practitioner is telling them to do. We are very specifically sharing our experiences with you and why we can stand behind what we do. So
I love it. That sounds perfect. Yes, exactly. And Tanisha was, very vulnerably, if that's even a word, sharing her journey. And that's what led me to her. Cause I'm like, oh my God, I have PCOS. I would like to know more about your journey. And that's kind of how we got started and in our friendship. And I started learning more about these products. And it was amazing because I was already doing so much in my health, and I'm currently still doing everything I can possibly do. I eat super well. I sleep amazingly. I move my body. I meditate. I pray. I stay in amazing touch with my long distance family back in Illinois. We do so much to maintain wellness. But even despite all that, like I just was kind of like, not quite where I wanted to be. I feel like I had achieved a ton of health just in my own stuff, but I knew that this was something that was going to take me to another level in terms of just being more supported, being more supported. So,
And what's crazy is that so much of our relation to you, aside from like our little synchronicities, but we actually use a lot of the same products, which is kind of crazy. We both are coffee enema freaks. We both are
obsessed.
We both are huge people that support the gut and take minerals and smoothie freaks and drink bone broth and have done all of the extra things. And like what I've advocated with people and other supplements that I've, shared is that there literally is not anything that I have done or used that has made such a positive influence at such a, precise and quick manner, honestly, like Bioreigns has. And you've had that experience.
Yeah, mine was incredible. So like many of our listeners, perhaps, I love coffee. I have loved it since college. And it like speaks to my soul. You know why, Mom, if you're listening, because it reminds me of my mom. It reminds me of being a little girl and snuggling with my sis. Like it's, there was a little heater at the bottom of her vanity, and she put her makeup on and sip her coffee out of a mug. And that's what, I'm going to cry now. That's what it reminds me of. And so it's a very emotional experience for me having a cup of coffee. And, but I did have a physical dependency on it, like big time. And I would have like absolutely no way of saying no. I'd be like, oh, somebody made a pot of coffee, I should have coffee. That would be rude not to have any.
Yeah.
And, I mean, and I'm a nurse. Come on. I did nights for 5 years and now whatever. So it's just like in our blood, like nurses need coffee. And so, but it was really causing issues with my hormonal imbalances. I have polycystic ovaries. The caffeine is a stimulant. And when you have too many stimulants and too much stress, and it's a cortisol, cascade that's inappropriate from the coffee, it can really wreak havoc on the endocrine system. And that is, cited many places. And if you're interested, I'm happy to pass along those studies. But anyway, so I was like, I'm getting off coffee, like once and for all. But I'm like, I don't know. I was just like, I knew it needed to go. And so when I started using Bioreigns, I started using 4 products. I was using the Limitless, the Lean, the Z, that's the sleep one, and the Daily. And it was, I literally like quit coffee, cold turkey, not had a sip since. I haven't done it. I've had like a decaf latte, but I have not had like good old fashioned, like caffeinated coffee in almost 4 months. And if you had told me 5 months ago that you're going to be off coffee and have no need for it, you're not even going to want it. You're going to walk into the break room at work in the middle of a hellish day and smell the Starbucks and not want it / need it / have it like stop you in your tracks and you must have it and drink every drop right now. I would have said, you're crazy.
Absolutely.
Girl, you crazy.
Wow.
But no, that's exactly what it was. And when I started learning from you, my amazing mentor, about the ECS, about the endocannabinoid system for our listeners who don't know what that means, and teaching me about how it's literally everywhere in the body. And when it is accessed with exogenous cannabinoids in the form of CBD, and please correct me, Tanisha.
No, you're good. You're good.
Wrong.
Yeah.
When it's like a lock and a key, your cells have a receptor, an ECS, a little cannabinoid receptor. Then you put cannabinoids in the body and it locks and keys, and your cannabinoid system lights up like a Christmas tree. I'm taking that from you.
I love it. I love it.
Happened. I literally started taking the products and I felt like my life was like lighting up like a Christmas tree. I was like, I was sharp. I was patient. That was weird. I started feeling, not that I'm impatient, but I totally can be, especially with like annoying things at work. I mean, come on, who doesn't have annoyances in their work or whatever? I was like, no big deal. Cool. Like a patient can like poop on me and it's fine. Like, I'm not going to trip about that. Or I can get like yelled at by somebody and it's like, okay.
You're like, okay, let me just slough this off. Like nothing.
Let me just take a little wipe and it'll be fine. It's just poop. And it was like the most amazing sense of like evenness. Like I felt balanced and like not calm exactly, but I was just like, I felt steady all day long. And any coffee drinkers out there know that like you get the rush after drinking it. It sustains you for a little bit. Then around 2-3 in the afternoon, you're like, damn, I need more coffee. And you get the same thing. And then, but it screws the whole cycle up.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was powerful.
That's so cool.
Getting off the coffee was the most unbelievable thing. I never thought it would happen.
And that's a pretty important thing, as for a lot of people who need coffee. And look, don't get me wrong, I don't need it, but I love it. I love drinking my bulletproof coffee.
Oh, bulletproof. I love it.
So I love the art of making it every morning, the comfort that it offers in my hands. I love it, but I don't need it.
Right. You don't need it.
No. And for the people who do need it, most often those are the people that are having sleep challenges as well. They're not able to get their true deep sources of sleep. And I do see questions that are popping up, you guys. Ooh. We will make sure to comment on them afterwards.
Oh my gosh, we have questions?
Yeah, we do. Wow. And some people asking what products that you specifically use, and the products Emily is referring to is CBD, CBDZ, which is for sleep. We have Limitless, which helps to optimize brain capabilities and thoughts and such. And we also have, sorry if that's coming through, you guys. And we have CBD Daily, which is a daily endocannabinoid support. So those are all of the products that she's using So we'll make sure to leave those in the comments as well for you guys. First of all, Emily, I think it's amazing that you feel like you have it and that this really meshes with what your existing system already is, with what you're advocating. Like, that's absolutely unbelievable.
Yay.
that you're having such, I mean, not unbelievable, it's very believable.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's amazing.
It's super amazing.
Freaking great.
Yeah. So for the sleep with people, do you mind sharing how your sleep has improved with
oh my gosh,
CBDZ?
Yes. Okay. Yes. This is probably what that clarity and that steadiness is coming from, because I'm getting rest in ways that I know I haven't been getting rest for years. So I've always been able to sleep. I'm a good sleeper. I sleep hard, but despite like 7 or 8 hours at night on average, I get enough sleep. I would always wake up sluggish, even though I'd slept 8 hours. I would dream. I'm an avid, a vivid dreamer as well. But I was still waking up sluggish. I was like, what is this? Like, how is it possible that I need 9 hours of sleep? Or how is it possible that I don't have the energy? Like, I'm a young 30 something. Like, I should be so rested.
Sure.
So that was that. Started taking the Z's, and I take it about 20, 30 minutes before going to bed.
And how much do you take? Because everybody is different.
Everybody's different. I take a full meal. I take a full meal.
Wow.
But I know.
Okay.
I probably don't need that much.
No, it's not a bad thing. I take anywhere from a quarter to a half.
Okay.
Kitty, I know, takes, I think, 1 drop.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, maybe I should dose down.
I mean, everyone is different. No, if that's what works for you, then that's great.
I mean, I should be a guinea pig for myself and see what works. I don't know. I just did what I did with all the other ones. And I was like,
yeah, no, that's excellent. That's great. That's great.
Now and Drew and I try to be really strict about this, but like, no screens in the bedroom. Aunt Beth, if you're listening,
that's important.
We know that the bedroom's for 2 things, and watching TV is not one of them. And so anyway, we do try to be strict, but we say, on the weekends, we let that go. Anyway, but so we read, and I get like a page or 2 into my book, and I'm like, okay, good night, lights out. I sleep so hard. So harder than I probably ever slept. I'm still dreaming, but like my dreams are like so much more vivid than they used to be. And I wake up and I literally bounce out of bed and I'm like, okay, ready to go. Literally I pee and then I'm good. And I don't like huff and puff and moan. And like, I'm like, oh my God, I just can't get it together. No, I'm just like, okay, I'm going to work today. Cool. I'm going to make my smoothie. I'm going to have my breakfast. I'm going to change. I'm going to put my mascara on, and boom, I'm ready to go. And that is crazy, because I am not a morning person. Everybody who knows me knows I am not a morning person. I'm a morning person now.
That's amazing. I would have never thought that you are not a morning person, because I mean, that's amazing.
I know, it's so amazing. That's amazing. That, like, just that in and of itself, I'm like, that's what true rest feels like. That is, even if sometimes I get 7 hours, like a couple nights ago, I only got 7. I still felt amazing. I felt amazing when I woke up, and I felt amazing and steady and even all day long. And
that's so awesome.
So it just really goes to show that, like, that coffee, while it was, yes, creating more hormonal imbalance in my own endocrine system, was messing my sleep up to the point where I wasn't getting that much great rest. And learning what I've learned from you about sleep and the endocannabinoid system, it makes sense. It's
crazy.
Sense.
You guys, let's have a little lesson here for a moment. Yay. First of all, CBDZ, very specifically, it is a sleep formula, and this sleep formula, yes, dissolvable CBD complex in there. There's zero melatonin, which is amazing in this, because it's not implementing a Band-Aid effect whatsoever. What it does have in there, and again, you can go to Google, you can look up all these amazing ingredients. There's so much data on there. There are things like DSIP, which is delta sleep inducing peptide. It's something our body already has. It's already abundant in this, but it allows us to help our body produce more so that we can achieve sleep. There's GABA in there. Look up GABA. You will find so many amazing things on GABA to help support the overall optimized, upregulated function of the brain. Look it up. And it also has 5-HTP, which is also clinically noted to help with all of these amazing things that help us to stay calm, cool, and collected through the day because we are enhancing our state of sleep.
That's so incredible. It is
incredible.
So crazy.
This is way beyond like, hey, here's a CBD product. No, this is a targeted endocannabinoid support and a brain support, targeted precision. That's what we have here. So this is not an understatement of biotech at its finest at all.
God, listening to you just gets me so pumped. Like, I want to be able to speak like you on this.
You're already doing it. You've got the lock and key method going down.
Well, I learned from the best. So, it's amazing. It's amazing. The sleep has blown my mind. I love sleeping. I do, but I waking up and feeling fresh is something I truly, guys, like even like Miss Picture of Health over here, like I would wake up and I'd be like, yeah, I need coffee to get going. And I did 100%. Like I can fully admit that now. And I love that I can admit that to myself now. Cause those of us who are like straight up addicted to coffee, they're like, oh, I could totally give it up if I tried. And trust me, I've tried. And I last for like a week and then I'm like, screw this. Life is short. Drink the damn coffee.
Totally. And or there's the coffee drinkers that are like, I don't have a problem.
Yeah. Oh yes, exactly.
I sleep fine. I don't get cranky if I don't have my coffee.
Oh, I do. I get mean when I don't have it. Not anymore because I'm good. I know.
So funny. Oh my gosh. That is so great.
Oh,
I love it. So overall, obviously, as we're having this amazing conversation, you feel like this is a great fit for what you're already advocating in your nursing experience and being able to help.
Yes, absolutely. And I am a huge proponent of like filling your cup first. Like how can I do the best job in the world of helping somebody and helping them heal if I myself am not at my most amazing, if I'm not my healthiest, if I'm not my most rested, if I'm not my most well fed, like nobody can do that. And so, yes, absolutely. I feel like my job in life now, like as much as I am a nurse and as much as that is something that will always be near and dear to my heart, I realize now more than ever that my superpower is in education. It's in lifting my people up, and it's loving the hell out of them. That's what I do. And like,
I love that.
And I like to empower people. Like there is nothing more incredible than waking up and being like, I don't have to wait for myself to get sick, or I don't have to wait for, my destiny to befall me. No, we can make positive change right the second. Like as soon as we hang up, I'll be going to make a beautiful little lunch and it's going to be full of beautiful life-giving food. And that's a choice that I'm making. But so that's where I believe that my superpower is now. So
I love that. Yeah. We are so on the right page, because when I was in the clinic, I loved that I did. Don't get me wrong. I loved my clients to death and I still work with so many of them, but it wasn't filling my cup.
Right. Fill your cup, baby.
Yeah. And I literally felt like my life was draining and wasting away at like rapid speed. And so like I had to create something that allowed me to be expressive. And here we are all these years later. I get to do that full time now. I get to utilize the online space. I get to help people in a way that I'm allowed to and be expressive in my personality, just like you are. And at the same time, I get to support my life, my livelihood, and help other people impact their lives, upregulate their health, and help those other people who also want to contribute to sharing what we have with others. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Wow.
There's nothing wrong with that. Wow. So I personally would love for everybody who's watching, people who know you or people who don't know you, would you highlight on why you have actually chosen to integrate Bioreigns and represent Bioreigns as a product line through your business?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, the product doesn't just work a little bit. It works. It works for me and my current state. I am a firm believer that, your body wants what it needs, or like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh my gosh, I'm craving vegetables. My body needs vegetables, I feel like this product not only works for me and my specific what I was hoping to achieve with my health. Like I wanted more energy. I wanted to support my body
Mhm.
on another level, and that is not only working. It's changed everything for me. I'm, like I said, I'm sharper, I'm clearer,
Right.
I feel supported on a
Mhm.
level that I was not achieving just with my healthy diet and lifestyle and like
Yeah.
stress reduction and stuff.
Sure.
The company is extremely ethical. They're extremely all about educating.
Mhm.
Like, and I know personally, I don't want to represent a company that's not all about honesty, transparency,
Mhm.
and science. It's science. This isn't just like
Right.
me being like, wow, yeah, CBD, get some, y'all. It's like, no, like clinical studies, peer reviewed clinical studies. Okay. And if you guys
Yeah,
know what that means,
we've got clinical data, you guys, and we really do. We have brain EEG testing. The brain EEG testing that we have is through a third party company that is able to verify how the brain interacts when the body is consuming our CBD, which is exciting.
it's so crazy exciting.
Yeah, what we don't have to worry about is having to externally source material from another company, to have a vendor on demand so that we can create a product. No, everything is proprietary. We literally own everything. So we have the ability to not only maintain that control within the product quality, but we have these external third party labs like EEG brain testing taking place that can verify that, yes, okay, Bioreigns does do this. This is a white
Absolutely.
label, which is exciting that we get to this. Yeah. So
It's
exciting.
amazing.
So, okay.
That independent third party means a lot to me as a consumer. But then if I'm representing a company, like that's that much more important to me, because I'm not going to advocate for something that I wouldn't personally take and personally want every person in my family, people who mean the most in the world to me, to take themselves. Like, I wouldn't do that. So
exactly.
yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on. I love it. Well, I feel so happy because I know originally when you had reached out, you originally only wanted to just use the product as a customer.
Yes.
And at the time, you and your husband, you guys were wanting to participate in the 90-day transformation challenge.
Yeah, still going on. Woo-hoo.
Yeah, of regulating your mind, body, and spirit with Bioreigns. And at that time, I had let you know, I said, look, like if you guys are both going to be doing this program, in all honesty, it makes sense that you do take advantage of the discount that's available, just 25% off based on what you guys were going to be spending and investing in for yourself. And at that time I had said, well, if you decide that you want to do this and you're both going to do it, you might as well become a rep. And here's why. You can save money, the list goes on. And your response to me was, oh my gosh, well, actually, and I didn't know this, you said, actually, I am an advocate for products that I love and believe in. So yeah, this is actually a perfect complement to what I already represent.
Yeah.
I would be happy to be a rep for this company.
Right.
And what was amazing is that you tried the product. You utilized the product. You had an experience with the product and were keeping in touch with me. And at that point, all of a sudden you just started blossoming and sharing it in all these different directions with people that you know. And
exactly. It was very organic.
Yeah,
like, I mean,
super.
when you become obsessed with something, you want to share it with people.
Exactly.
And like I wouldn't share something that I don't truly believe in and that like I'm not personally seeing like really awesome positive things happen in my own life,
Right.
Yeah.
That's so exciting.
It's so exciting.
I love it because again, it's just a platform to be able to help people. Are you a peeper?
Yes. Ooh, sorry. I'm about to knock my office down over here.
It's just a really great way to be able to help people at a faster rate, more efficiently, and at the same time, not necessarily having to rely just on you. And
Exactly.
that's the exciting part, that you get to integrate this. So what would you say to the individuals who have been interested in using the product, even just as a customer?
I think you should. I think you absolutely should do it. I think have an experience with the product. You know, I personally, just like you, Tanisha, I like to know what you're looking to achieve. What are your goals with wanting to try a new product? Because I also believe that, you know, if maybe there's something much deeper going on, that like you need something, you know, I don't want to just push a product that like might help.
Totally.
I really want,
Yeah.
it's kind of like, why I love having the eyes of an ICU nurse, but also with the appreciation of, you know, more holistic medicine. Like I feel like it's a very good skill to have, knowing when I can help you holistically, or you might need the attention of like a medical doctor, you know, I'm very grateful for that. So I think anybody looking to upregulate their health, to become more, to be healthier, is somebody who I'm always going to advocate for a healthy lifestyle, diet and stress reduction and movement and drinking water, those basic things. And if you're doing those basic things and you're like looking for something more, yeah, I think it's an amazing jumping off point. And awesome. Having an experience with the product. And what I love about our company is that if you don't love it, then you get to take it back. You get to, you get that 60-day money back guarantee. And that's another 60 days till you could use the whole product to be like, yeah, it didn't work for me. Give me my money back.
Yeah. I remember telling you that when, cause you guys were going to invest a nice, lovely amount. Yeah. And I remember we were voice memoing at that time. This is, you guys, literally the first night she ever reached out to me. She was like, here's my credit card.
Yeah. Just there you go. Put it in.
But it was so amazing because we have these voice memos in our communication where I was voice memoing her. So obviously she could connect with me of who I am. You know, I'm not just bubble letters popping up on her screen. Right. And I did let her know, like, hey, Emily, try this. If you don't like it, you guys can get all your money back. You have 60 days to use it. And I remember her voice memo coming back being like so thrilled about this because it was completely risk-free. So
completely risk-free.
Yeah. We do encourage you to try it. Be open-minded. Give your body a shot to literally upregulate itself naturally, which is so exciting. So what would you say to the people that are listening? Maybe people, you know, your nurse friends, any person from any career, the people that are listening, what would you say to them if they are in this situation right now and their hours are being cut? Maybe they've lost their income. What I love about you, like, yes, you have a reliable source of income as an ICU nurse. And at the same time, you also value the ability to be able to be in charge of your income as well as a rep for Bioreigns. What would you say to those people right now that are in that situation of not knowing what's going to happen?
You know, as somebody who lives with that reality every day, really, I realize more than ever, and that it's so important to have, I don't want to say like a backup plan, but it makes me feel better that I am creating a residual income to support myself and my family. In the event something crazy happens, what if I get sick? What if I couldn't work? What if my boo couldn't work? Like for my own mental health and my well-being, like that makes me feel like on fire. That makes me feel like, oh my gosh, like back to that empowered feeling. Like I know that I can create an amazing thing if I want to. And I not only want to, but in this kind of crazy world we're finding ourselves, I need to. I need to create a residual income. And that is the goal. That is completely the goal. And to anybody who has ever had the fear of job loss or fear of illness, or I feel like I could cry again, or just the fear of not knowing, and not that life is all about money. It's certainly not, but money gives you choices. Money is what I exchange to live in this beautiful apartment every day. Therefore, I need money to live in this beautiful apartment. And it's okay.
What about, does it take for you, because you live a obviously healthy lifestyle and you want to maintain yourself as the authoritative decision maker for your health.
Yes.
Do you personally feel that it requires a healthier budget in order to make healthy, conscious choices for your health?
Not even necessarily, no, because it's just part of what I do. Maybe I'm not out like, I don't know, buying, I build it in. Like we have a monthly supplement budget. We have a monthly Bioreigns budget. It's like, maybe I don't know, go get a facial this month because I would rather have my CBDZ and my CBD
There
daily.
you go.
It is
There you
called
go.
healthy spending. It is called a healthy budget. And if you don't pay for health and wellness now, you will pay for it in illness later.
And she's saying that from her experience as an ICU nurse, you guys. Really, it's amazing. Because if you invest in yourself now, you are literally planning for your future health. Just no different than investing in financials, right?
Yes,
if you invest now, within your financial, whatever it is that somebody wants to choose to do, that has a payoff later. It's not immediate. It's not immediate income, but for the future it is. Health is the same way. The more that you invest, the more that you invest in your health right now, the more that will greatly pay off in the future. It is an investment.
It is an investment.
Right now, it might seem like an expense, but guess what? It won't when you're in your 50s.
I don't even look at my like Roth contributions anymore. It just comes out and I'm just like, oh, okay, it's like a bill, even though it's my own money coming back to me when I'm 65, it's a bill and I don't worry about it. And I budget for that. And same with, being well now, like when I'm like, okay, it's time to get my more Bioreigns, or it's time to get more Premier Research Labs, or it's time to get more doTERRA essential oils. It's like it's just, I don't even think about it, but like, I could see how, that might be a different shift in mindset for some people who might not be, or may not have invested in their health, like up until this point. It is a change in thinking, but the stories that we tell ourselves are always available to be changed, always. And I always try to think about the future self. And it's like, well, if I want the life of abundant health, vibrant energy, a healthy body to carry my baby someday, whatever that beautiful image of health looks like, I almost don't even think about what it would cost now, because I'm like, it's okay.
And that's the way it should be for everybody. And that's what we're out here doing as reps for companies like this, because we have the ability to step on a platform and have an uplifted spoken voice about what we believe in, because there's data to support it.
Exactly.
And boom, there we go.
Boom.
Raise the roof. Raise the roof.
Tanisha,
I love it.
I just did this. Like
I know
I sound so like silly, but
no,
this was so fun.
I think it's so great. I mean, again, welcome to the online world. Welcome to being able to empower people from the comfort of your office.
Of my office. Isn't this great? I feel like I'm in a Japanese Zen garden. This is actually our little room divider that we put in our little meditation, our Zen zone, our Zen den.
I love it. I love it.
Yes, this was Drew's idea. Making working from home, we got to be able to feel.
Good job, Drew.
Yes,
good job, Drew.
Well, thank you so much.
No, thank you. I'm so happy that everybody had the opportunity to listen in, and we'll make sure to go and click in and answer any questions in the comments that are there. If you know Emily and you're seeing her, reach out to her, allow her to help you. You guys, she really has become an amazing expert in this as well, even though you may not think it, but you have.
Imposter syndrome.
Yeah. And she really is just obviously, radiating sunshine and looking to help as many people. You guys, let me tell you something. When she's in the ICU, this girl is actually texting me, asking me questions so that she can help other people outside of the ICU. True fact.
You gotta create time. We all have 24 hours in a day, but it's what we do with that time. And if I can, take a quick pee break and text you like, hey, can you help me with something? I'm going to do that.
Absolutely. Right on. Well, I love you. And
I love you, Tanisha.
Thank you for making yourself so available to people as a resource. And we will chat soon. We have to do another live like
I would love to.
Yeah,
oh my gosh, I would love to. This is so fun. I want to
love
say
it.
thank you from the bottom of my heart for being so open to helping me and helping me learn and being available at 10 o'clock at night when I have questions about the product. Like last night I texted you at like 11. I was like, I need to know about CBDZ again. And
You're so welcome.
you're amazing. I am so grateful to you and this magical friendship. I can't wait to meet you in real life.
I know.
It's going to be like,
it's going to be
changing.
It's going to be a crazy hug fest. It's screaming, squealing. I know. Screaming, squealing, like women with their non-necessary coffee and CBD and biodefense.
Yes.
And it's going to be like jacked up.
I can't even wait. I'm so excited. So well,
thank
you. And
thank you.
Our listeners today, thank you so much for your time and your comments and for just being here to support like Tanisha and I. And oh gosh, I'm nothing without my people. And I literally think about that every single day. Just the people that make this world a beautiful place for me. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you guys.
And I'm going to cry again. So, okay.
Bye.
Bye.